Yo, 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 you too, you
Fight
too.
fans, what's
Yo,
going on?
yo.
Welcome back to Boxing with Chris. We back again to talk that boxing again here with my co-host, the sparring partners, the band behind the camera, the man, the myth, the legend, Reggie. I got my guy, Dave, PYP Boxing. We here. Happy holidays to all. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas to all. We here to talk boxing. So
When
make
fir-
sure
mm.
you like, comment, and subscribe. We got some good guests coming on. Undefeated rising super middleweight contender Steve Nelson. We will be having Blair the Flair, and we're gonna be recapping all the things that have been happening the last couple days in the sports world. So where we going, Reg? Take us away.
First,
Where we going first, Reg?
all right. First off, we got Teofimo versus Matias, almost confirmed for March 15th next year. Teo's last fight, June 24th.
Steve
Matias' last
Claggett
fight
in
in
Miami.
mm-hmm. And Matias' last fight is in November, coming off that loss from Liam Paro, but trying to get back into it. So, what do you guys think?
Shit, man. This was a
Man,
fight I was
I think it's
excited
a good
for, bro.
fight, but they're gonna take it away, Dave. What you said?
Oh shit, man. I was excited for this fight, man. Going back to 2023, right? After Matias stopped Ergashev, there was a lot of talk about this happening in early 2024, even possibly on the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I really thought that was the fight, man. You think about it, at the time, Teofimo he still has the WBO. That would have been on the line. Matias's IBF belt at the time, that would have been on the line. It would have been a unification fight. Uh, so that would have been dope, I think. And Matias had that boogeyman reputation going into that fight as well. So that was then. This is now. A lot has happened since then. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Some of the shine has wore off on that one. Is it a good fight in 2025? Yes. But the bummer for me is that it's gonna be on pay-per-view, man. And I don't think it's a pay-per-view worthy fight. I'm a sicko. I'm still gonna probably buy it, but I don't think it's a fight that you're gonna get a lot of pay-per-view sales on, just because it's lost a lot of steam.
And that's where I was going. So the with Matias losing, you think is like his is it like kind of we're on the decline of the McLean, because people like jumped off like it was it was one of those things where like people completely jumped off. He was known as the boogeyman. He was stopping everything. And shout out my boy Eddie, man. Give him my boy a wrench.
He's taking
Giving
it
No,
him
like
a
Eddie
wrench.
bro.
said
Taking
he gonna take the hit on the interest and put it on Teal.
Hey, but you gotta understand. You think his reputation took a loss a little bit? Like remember, like just kind of like you said, he stopped before Liam Powell. He stopped 5 consecutive guys on the stool, and I've always said all stoppages aren't made equal. You can get
No.
stopped on your feet. A doctor can stop the fight. A lot of things can go wrong. But when guys are going to the corner, right? You sit down, your coach sprinkles that water. He's telling the coach, I don't want to
Don't
go
want to go
back
out,
out
man.
there. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's
has
different.
he lost? Talk to me, Dave. Did he lose some of that?
I want to say, look, I think I think he's still the dangerous fighter. He didn't lose that, right? He didn't lose that. That didn't go away. He's still dangerous. But did we see some chinks in the armor? Did we see that he is beatable? Yeah, we saw that. So I think there's a little bit of calculation into this, right? There's a calculated risk here. He can be outboxed. He can be outworked. He doesn't have I haven't heard anything about him and Jay Panda being together still, which that was a big change in the whole regiment for Matias. Because
I
remember
don't
this,
think
man.
I actually don't think he's with Panda. X
See,
X X X is on that side of the street. X definitely has the connections with
cool.
Matias. So if he comes on, he definitely can answer that for us. But from what I know, definitely from what I don't even think, because I didn't watch the last fight in Puerto Rico after the Liam Paro, but it was one of the things where people really weren't talking about it. Kind of like Tank and Calvin Ford, people trying to say that they're not together, but that's highly undoubtful. But Now, what does it say about Teofimo Lopez, though? Would he get the credit he deserves? Because we know that out of all the young guys, he's got the best resume with Haney. Say what you want about Haney, but Haney got a hell of a resume.
He got a resume, yeah.
I got things I like to pick on Haney, but at the end of the day, the resume written in stone is a good resume, like it or not. Same thing with Teofimo Lopez. Would he get the credit for being a guy that now probably, if you ask 10 people, more likely more than half will consider him not being that guy? Like if he beats Matias, they're gonna be like, he wasn't the Matias, before the Liam Paro. So it's one of those things where hopefully he gets the credit. I would love for him to get the credit. I've always been big on Tio. He's been disappointing me at 140. I don't feel like he carries the pop at 140. So I feel like at 140, he's in more 50-50 fights. The chin has always been semi-questionable, not the most questionable, but definitely at 140, not being able to have that pop, only be able to rely on that athleticism. And then just his body. He doesn't have that big girth he had at 140 that he had at 135. So it's interesting. Steve Nelson hopefully should be joining us. Just text me. So we're gonna be hanging on. But yeah, if you got to do the fight, you got to do it here in Madison Square Garden. I don't see where else you do it. I get you if you want to put it in. I will consider Puerto Rico, but obviously he lost. So right now that fight doesn't have that pizzazz that it will have. So New York is the only place to do it. You put Xander in there, the co-main event.
Barclays.
You throw nah.
Top Rank won't do that though, man.
Yeah, Top Rank don't do Barclays.
Oh,
I felt that the
Fox.
zone, going a little bit off topic, I feel like the zone should do that with Berlanga, considering he's from Brooklyn. Like he's three, like Bushwick. You're from Brooklyn, so how far is Bushwick from the Barclays Center? Isn't that like 12 blocks?
Yeah, something like that.
Nothing, bro. That's a.
So you're gonna have people. You can have people walking distance come to the fight. I've always felt like that should have been the route of Edgar Berlanga.
He should only be doing fights in the city. Fuck.
I mean, I get it. I don't be feeling like a lot of people. It's that everybody's not a Gervonta Davis. Everybody's not gonna go to the Vegas, come to New York, and go to.
But
DC.
in New York,
it depends though. You gotta understand the market of New York. Like Matias is Puerto Rican. Like he's a Puerto Rican that don't speak no English. He's part of that real Puerto Rican. Like he's gonna get that islander love, and then the New Yorkers gonna hop on. Like who's like I had a lot of the New Yorkers telling me like, yo, who that Matias guy? He out there killing shit. Yo, he don't even Poppy don't even. I'm like, so I think it would definitely be good. Definitely a lot of Hondurans also here in New York City. And Teofimo, he did good when he fought Sandor Martin at the big room upstairs. I was there, I covered that whole week, and it was a great week. That whole fight card was stacked with Alexander Zayas, Keyshawn Davis, Jared Anderson. Top Rank has what it takes to do it again. Put Abdullah Mason, put Shushu in there, put Xander Zayas, and put Matias. And then Matias is also a free agent, so I don't believe that there's gonna be a lot of stipulations, a lot of jumping barriers to make this fight happen. And I think it does happen. I think it should happen. And I'm picking.
You know what's interesting too, man? Both of these cats kind of lost a little bit of their shine. And it's almost like
different reasons, though. I feel like for different reasons.
Right, but this fight is gonna help the winner get some of that shine back. So it is one of those. It's almost like a crossroads bout if you think about it, like a little bit, because Teofimo's trying to.
I feel like.
Now go ahead.
Teofimo just hasn't been dominant. Like he just got to bring that dominant. Like he had the first fight at 140 with Pedro Ocampo. Then he has the fight with. Was it with Sandor Martin next?
Yeah, Sandor Martin was next.
He has Sandor Martin. Then he has the stoppage. His only stoppage at 140 against Pedro Ocampo.
He didn't look that great in that one either.
I didn't think he looked that great either. I felt like the stoppage is actually premature. So he stops Pedro Ocampo. That's his debut at 140. I feel like he lost to Sandor Martin, 100%. Right? But then he bounces back and he has that legendary performance with Josh Taylor. Me and Reggie was there, Puerto Rican Day Parade weekend, June 10th. The Garden was on fire. The highest record gave for the Hulu Theater, surpassing Lomachenko and Pedraza. Then He goes against Jermaine Ortiz. I feel like he lost that fight. Even though Jermaine Ortiz didn't take it from the champion, I feel like he lost that fight. Then he has another fight with Steve Claggett. So I haven't seen that Teofimo that used to wow me. Like, my chips was on Teofimo. If you asked me 2 years ago, yo, Chris, who beats, the Javante? I was always saying it was going to be Teofimo. He was ready for the smoke. But it's like with him, and then with Subriel Matias, he's stopping everybody. Guys are quitting on the stool. Guys are looking like they don't want that smoke. And then he goes, he loses in a tough fight to Liam Paro at home. People starting to feel that Matchroom is like bad for homecomings, because Regis Prograis had a bad homecoming in New Orleans last year. Jaron Ennis had a southpaw homecoming in the second fight against Avanesian. Subriel Matias loses. So right now, like the homecoming, the zone thing, it hasn't really been panning out. But if it was still to happen, this style definitely favors Teofimo Lopez, and I would take Teofimo Lopez to have a virtuoso, creme de la creme type performance. Who knows? And then he might dip, and then he might dip right down, because that's been his problem. He's always fought to his competition. He's always fought to the level of his.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with that point for sure. But you know what also brings some intrigue into this? This will be his first fight under Eddie Reynoso. So you've got the filling out process with the new camp. How's Teofimo going to look under the Reynoso's guidance? I feel like he already has like that similar boxer puncher style, kind of counter punching style that Reynoso likes to push on his fighters. But how is that team going to look? Like, how's that matchup going to look on the Teofimo side?
And that's good. And that's good that you bring it up. Now, what? Because like from what I feel with Eddie Reynoso, I feel like it's only Canelo that works for him. Like, I don't feel like that Canelo style works for Valdez. Like, I've never really seen improvement on Valdez's game. Like, is it one of those things where it comes? I feel like that could backfire on him. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you got to use his attributes, and then considering that he's not that same that destroyer that he was at 135, at 140. I don't know. Maybe if he was at 135, I think I would be all in on Teofimo with Eddie Reynoso. But it's one of those things, you're gonna have to prove it to me. And then even with the performances as of late, he still gotta prove it to me. Teofimo, you my guy, but you fucking up right now, my boy. I'm
gonna push back a little bit on that, because I agree with you. It didn't work for Valdez, and it didn't work for several fighters. But if you look back in the training montages, right, or go in the locker room whenever Eddie's warming up with Valdez, what is Valdez doing, bro? He's jabbing, moving his head, you not staying stiff. But when he fights, you don't see that. You don't see none of that. And you could tell that stuff they work on in the gym, because they got the routine down, they got the whole shit. When he goes in the boxing ring, he's trying to catch and shoot. He's just catching and shooting. That's all. He resorts back to that, almost like in a panic, like, this is what I know how to do, and this is what's been effective for me in the past. So I won't blame Reynoso for that 100%. I think that's like the Valdez. I think Valdez shoulders that responsibility for that, man. Teofimo, on the other hand, I think he has that natural, almost, that's part of his natural style. The head movement, trying to be, athletic, counter punching, and then he can try to pressure you too. The one thing that I think is lacking from Teofimo's game is being effective when he's pressing on you and cutting off the ring. Right? Knowing how to cut off a ring on someone that's trying to move on you. That's a big thing that he's missing, man. And I think Reynoso can get that.
I feel like the art of cutting the ring off has been lost in boxing 100%. For several years now. I feel like that's something that they don't teach now, the art of cutting the ring off. But then can we say that this will be like the most athletic fighter that Eddie Reynoso has had? Because Canelo's definitely not athletic, far from athletic. All of his fighters are actually flat-footed. So being with a guy that's actually can fight on his toes and can fight going backwards, obviously not underestimating the tutelage and the the awareness and the coaching savviness of Eddie Reynoso, but how would he adapt to a guy like that? Because all of his guys, other than the Puerto Rican kid, mostly all of these guys are flat-footed. Canelo's flat-footed. Valdez is flat-footed.
Mata.
The the other, what was the other guy that he had at 122? He was flat-footed. Most of his guys are flat-footed.
Yeah.
So it's actually it'd be actually kind of interesting to see him with a guy that brings that kind of skill set and see what can he use out of that skill set.
Yeah, I think, man, it gives him more to work with. You know what I'm saying? I think it gives him more to work with. A fighter that has that much more ability, you can say, "Yo, how do we fit this into your training program?" So I think it's like giving a mechanic more tools to work on the engine. I think it's going to be a plus for Reynoso. But that's right, man. We haven't seen him with a fighter that could move like Teofimo could fight on that back foot. I think it's going to be a good thing, though. I think we have to wait and see, obviously. But I'm hopeful because if you remember, Teofimo used to work with, what was that cat, Joey Gamache. He was with Joey Gamache, at 135. And then they had a falling out or whatever, and they didn't work together anymore. But Teofimo looked really good under Joey Gamache. So he hasn't had a real solid trainer since then.
Only thing that I do give Teofimo, and I also give the credit to his dad, willing to step back. But behind the scenes, we don't know how he is. So what kind of stepping back is he doing? Is he fully stepping back? Like one of the fighters, to go on off topic, one of the fighters I felt should have let his dad go early in his career was Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a good one.
Is Teofimo kind of on that boat? Like his father probably feels like, I could take a step back, but I'm not gonna recline on the chair. I'm gonna take a step back. I could let you pull. I could let you patch the holes that he's missing, but I won't let you take full control of the wheel. And then considering Eddie Reynoso, he's had the best fighter arguably in the world, and then Valdez, no slouch at his division, 2 division world champion, Olympian. So he's had his great share of fighters. So
multiple
do
champs.
they
multiple
mesh champs. Also? He's at multiple champs, so do they mesh? That's one of the things that's going to happen. Do they mesh? And will they go? I'm saying right now, I'm not too sold on it. I'm sorry. You're going to have to prove it to me, Tio. You're going to have to prove it to me. I'm not too sold on the Eddie Reynoso thing. I'm just not too sold on it. You're going to have to prove it to me. And then considering the way he's been moving at 140. Waiting for Steven Nelson. He nobody in the background, Reg?
We got nobody in the background. Look at that. All right. Here we go.
Who's that? Steven Nelson?
Yeah, tell him to hang tight. We're gonna give him an introduction right here.
Nah, just bring him on. Bring him on. We'll introduction. We'll bring him on.
Let's go.
Stone Cold. Steve Nelson. What's going on?
Stone Cold.
So cold. So cold.
So cold. No, yeah. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just finishing up my hard day of working out, man.
Word up, yeah,
man. Another day in the bag.
The grind never stops, right?
Never. No days off, man. 7 days a week.
So Steve, you got the big fight January 25th against Diego Pacheco in Las Vegas at the Cosmopolitan. And we gotta talk what's out here. They're not giving you a chance, overlooking you, and you're kind of in that boat where they already talking about his future plans if he's deemed victorious over you. How does Steve Nelson get the win done January 25th and stop Diego Pacheco's future plans?
I mean, that's like my whole life, man. Like outside of boxing has always been like that. I've always been, slept on and always had to prove myself and always had to work my way from the back end, and seeing my counterparts always getting, getting promoted and getting the things that I deserve when I can look at them like, man, I'm either better or just as good as these guys. And like I said, that's outside of boxing. That's been since I was a kid, man. Like even with my cousins and family, man. Like it's always been like that. So it's nothing new for me. It's just another thing I'm gonna have to do to show the world and put them on notice. Like, dang, man, like how we missed this dude.
And then when you when you consider this fight, you know, the training acumen, the more, believe it or not, you're more experienced. So is you feel like you have something in the bag to surprise them? You ain't got to tell me
Yeah,
everything yet. We don't got to
well,
put that out there, but
like I'm
is there
prepared
something
for.
that you feel like they're overlooking that comes out to play or
It's a
that will be
lot
shown on
because
January 25th?
like even with the general fans, people be like, "Oh, he 36. He been in the game for a long time." They don't realize like I didn't start boxing. I didn't walk into a boxing gym until I was 21 years old. You know, it's not like I've been doing this my whole life. So, you know, but I've always been the type of person where I'm very analytical. I look at whatever I'm doing, which is why they call me so cold because I do so many different things. I look at what I'm doing and I figure out, okay, what's the best way to do this and what's the mission? And I'm a hyper focus on that and like I'm prepared for whatever he brings to the game. That's the thing about it. Like nothing he brings is going to be surprising to me.
Yeah, and Steven, what's up, man? It's David from PYP.
Yeah.
Diego's a tall 168 pounder,
It's
man.
what's
He's
up, David from
six four, right? Does that height concern you at all? Like, cause I've sparred dudes that are tall, man, and when they know how to use their height,
Yeah.
it can be real tricky in there.
Right. That's why I'm saying I'm prepared for all. I got every sparring partner I got is 6'3" and up.
All right.
And they all different types of 6'3" and up. I got some 210-pound guys. I got some 190 guys that can box and I had a statue and I got some smaller guys that can box their ass off that know how to move from 154 to 160. I got everybody. So it's like I said, I'm preparing for everything. I'm preparing for, whatever he brings. And my whole boxing career I've always fought guys that were taller and amateurs and everything. So I just got to use what I gotta do. Use my footwork, use my speed, in and out game. Like I said, I got everything. And I got so many tools that if people go off of like the videos they seen of me on YouTube, they're gonna be surprised because I'm the type of person where um, if the job calls for a screwdriver and a hammer, that's all I'm bringing.
Yo,
And
Chris,
I haven't been in the ring with anybody that made me
You
pull all
doing,
my
Dave?
tools out.
okay, yeah, and jumping on that a little bit, I've read somewhere that you're a barber, a mechanic, and a tattoo artist. Like you're a man of many skills.
Oh,
Uh,
that's only like 10% of what I do, man. From pilot to man, everything, tattoo, everything. Like anything I put my hands on that I find interest in, and I hyper focus on it. I'm going to accomplish it. And for this fight, like I'm looking at him like he the greatest fighter that ever lived. In my eyes, that's how I'm training. I'm not going in here looking at his weaknesses. I'm looking at everything he does good. I'm training for everything he does good. I'm not taking him lightly. I rather overestimate than underestimate any opponent.
Yeah, man. And that's a testament to your team, man, because you got a really good team. Being from Omaha, Nebraska, right?
Yeah,
Home of pound for pound great Bud Crawford, who's a really good friend of yours.
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how far back you go with Bud, Bomac, Coach Red, and SAU.
So, Bud, I grew up and Bud was always like a name you would hear. Like this boxer, growing up. I finally met Bud I think I like 11. We were out. We grew up in the same like neighborhood. I finally met Bud at a park, and he was just messing with everybody, going around just messing with everybody. Had everybody at the park putting gloves on and fighting and stuff. And I was always the one that was like, "Come on, I'll go. I'll, you know what I mean? Go with whoever, street fighting." I'm always been the fighter, and always had a relationship with Bud growing up. And when I went to the military, you know, that's what changed my life, going to the military. And Bud, boxing for him. When I went to the military, long story short, I got deployed, came back from deployment, gained some weight, and I wanted to do something that was going to keep me in shape. So I started boxing. And Bud was the first person I called, like, "Hey, bro, I'm boxing now." And I called him out, like, "Hey, I wanna get some work." He's like, "Nah, man, it's different, dude. It's different. It's different." I'm like, "Man, no, I'm ready. I'm out here beating that right up." And I was in North Carolina. And and from the first week I went to the gym, everybody was like, "Man, like, dang, you naturally good. Like, for you to be your first week, everybody was like, man, surprised." And I was like beating up the pros and beating up all the amateurs around there, and I was doing my thing. But I'm like, man, Bud Small, I could beat him up, go home, and it was different. Getting there at the ring with Bud, it was different. But that ignited something in me that made me go back and be like, man, I gotta get like that. And I focused even better, even more. And when I came home the following year and I sparred Bud, he was like, "Man, like, you a whole different fighter. Like, you different, dude." And ever since then, we've been locked in, like, been pushing each other, sparring. Like, I was one of his main sparring partners all through his pro career until now. And we bounce off each other, man. That's my brother. Like, I won't even say bro. That's my brother.
What up, man? I got one
And
more,
that
Chris. This
that
last one, man. One
nah,
more,
yeah,
one more,
yeah,
one
do
more.
your thing.
I've
Yeah,
seen
my
a lot
boy
of your ring
cooking. He
entrances,
cooking.
bro. One
Yeah,
more, one more. I know
Let him cook.
you do a lot of ring entrances and shit. Like, you came out as Hannibal,
yeah,
Michael Myers, and my favorite was the Sho'nuff from The Last Dragon. That was
yeah.
dope. Do you got something planned for your fight with Diego Pacheco? Anything special, or is
So,
it all business?
so hold on, let me add to that too. For people who don't know, I make my own. I make my own boxing uniforms, and that's why I come out with different characters. Cause every fight, I'm like, man, like, I grew up watching movies and been inspired by so many different people and characters, and always like dreamed that I was Blade and Spider Man and everything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use this. And I'm gonna make my own uniforms, and I've been making every uniform since I've been pro. And yeah, every fight, like, everything I do is calculated. So every fight, every uniform goes with what I'm dealing with at this time in my life, or what I'm feeling towards the fight, or it resonates with the fight. And this one right here is going to resonate with the fight.
All right. Steve, I got my boy X, Fight Night X. Got my other co-host here. If make X, you got any questions for Stole So Cold?
Steve, what it do, my brother? Peace and blessings, man. Peace
Yes,
and
sir.
blessings. It's time to get back in action, Steve. I know I'm a little behind. I don't know if you spoke on, but um, you was out the ring for a minute. Was it an injury? What has we have? I know you was doing your thing. You was kicking ass on Top Rank. We were seeing you on ESPN heavy, and
Yeah.
then you got low for a minute. Is it due to injury?
Yeah, I had some good momentum with Top Rank and stuff, and I tore my Achilles.
Mm.
I didn't like make a wrong move in training and like that. It was from lack of taking care of myself. I thought I was like a bionic man. Like I said, I do so many different things. So I was getting up every day, 6, 7 in the morning, building stuff, fixing stuff for people, just up on my feet, doing stuff, going to the gym, have my bags in the car, leave the gym, go back to doing work, moving around, go back to the gym, go back to fixing stuff, building stuff, and everything. And I never was stretching. I wasn't resting my body. I wasn't, warming up right. I thought I was like Superman. And You know, one day I was in the gym and I was just bouncing around the ring, having fun, and just heard a loud pop, pow.
Oh shit.
And I was like, man, it felt like somebody hit the back of my leg with a stick. So I thought like somebody was behind me hit me. I looked back, nobody was back there. And I'm like, damn, maybe I
Oh,
fell to the ring. I looked down, the floor was flat, and then I took a step and I realized that I tore my Achilles. And that took me out the game, but it taught me a lot. You know, it taught me a lot about myself and about um, taking care of my body, taking care of myself, and listening to, because I've always been like caveman style when it comes to like recovery and taking care of myself. So people like, man, listen to your doctor, listen to your PT, your physical therapist, and I did, and I bounced back like half the time it that they expected me to come back. Not into the boxing game, but just back to moving and stuff like that. It took me a minute to get back because I had promotional issues, and you know when Bud fell out with Top Rank, it kind of affected me and my career. So I was out the game for 2 years until Bud went with Black Prime. Well,
yeah.
no, BLK Prime, BLK Prime, and we got that fight, and that was my first fight back after being out the ring for 2 years after we both left Top Rank. Um, so it was a little time, but everything I do, man, I be like happen for a reason, and I learned so much. That's when I started flying planes. That's when I started doing stand up comedy. You know, it was so much that opened up for me to focus on outside of boxing.
Ooh. So we got the
That's
last
awesome. That's
message.
awesome.
What's the last message for So Cold? What's the last message? What is the article's gonna say January 26th? What does the article say about Steven So Cold Nelson January
Man,
26th?
it's January 25th is gonna be the day that the general public is gonna realize that there's an amazing person in this world that can do so much, and this is gonna be my debut. This is what's gonna be the time where people be like, man, like who is this dude? Like, and they're gonna look in, they're gonna learn so much about Steven So Cold in the ring, in this outside the ring. And you know, sometimes I sit back, I'm like, dude, it seems like Diego is a cool guy. I had some beef with him because
But
man,
he's
where I'm
in your
coming,
way though. He's in your way. You're in his
he in my
way.
way, man, and it's like he's got to be the one that I got to set the example for, and I got to show the world like I'm not nothing to play with, man. And they can look at all these numbers and the age, and all that stuff. If they if they if they banking on that, they're gonna have a long night. If
My
they
guys,
thinking
any
the
que-
age and everything, or not, me not being promoted is gonna make a difference, it's not.
All right, I appreciate your time, my guys. Any questions before we let the bro go?
Oh man, you got a prediction, man?
Ooh.
Other than victory, you got? Is there a way you thinking about winning this fight? Because you stopped 6
No,
of your last 7 opponents. So
yeah, I'm a religious man, and I leave it in God's hands. And you know, I'm going there, and what I can guarantee is I'm gonna do my thing, man. I'm telling you, like that's one thing that I know I'm gonna do. And I'm not gonna make a prediction because you know that's cliche to me, but you guys want to tune in and just see
We
what I
gonna be
come
there.
with.
Actually, there's a good chance we gonna be there live. So
Oh
we
yeah, for
def
sure,
you'll
man.
definitely be seeing us live. We'll definitely will be live covering your fights.
I
You
appreciate
know,
all the support. I appreciate all the doubters and the supporters because, and they're all equal to me because they all push me. The
yeah,
supporters
man.
and the doubters, everybody pushed me to be great.
it's gonna be a good fight, and we definitely they're gonna be there to support you. I appreciate your time, bro. Enjoy your holidays. Rest up. We will see you in Vegas for the big fight. Take care, my brother. And I
Thank you.
appreciate your
Same to you
time once
guys
again.
too. Appreciate y'all. So cold out, baby.
Ooh.
Already.
All right, peace, man.
I want to give
Oh,
a shout out to Dave for cooking up while I was having technical difficulties. Somebody give
Wait,
that man an apron.
wait,
Can we get a round of
wait,
applause?
wait, wait,
Teamwork
wait,
make
wait,
the
wait.
Yeah.
teamwork make the dream work. We got the man. We got Flair to Flair. Bring him up, Reg. Is that the man, the myth, the legend?
Is he there?
He's there. He's kind of.
Set up another one.
Can we get a woo?
Yeah.
It's none other than Blair the
Oh,
Flair, the most exciting man in boxing.
We
Hey,
got
I'm
him
Blair the
back in
Flair
the
everywhere.
spot. Blair the
Blair
right.
is in
Flair.
the
And he
building.
driving too. And he driving too. Dang.
We got him
Oh
back in
yeah,
this.
I'm everywhere. I'm everywhere. I'm chasing down Boots right now. I'm looking
Oh,
Ah,
Blair,
Blair,
Blair.
talk to me, man. Happy holidays to you and the family. How's been everything?
Oh man, everything's been lovely. You know what I'm saying? My birthday's coming up, and man, and it's just been a wonderful time to just be alive right now. Coming off of that big win with AB, it's wonderful to just finally get that recognition. When I went to the WBC convention in Germany, and hey man, what can I say? It's a beautiful time to be alive. We're looking at this Boots fight that's possibly going to happen. The Ryan Garcia that's definitely going to happen next year, and whether or not they bite, if they're stupid enough to fight me, we'll definitely make something happen. Very soon before that Ryan fight pop off. We gotta
Not,
make something happen.
Mister,
that's
Mister, I
that's
want all the smoke.
that's
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 Mister,
that's
I want
actually
all
good
the
that you
smoke.
bring. That's good that you bring that up. Um, is the Don King thing? Would it hinder you working with Matchroom, or are you just gonna
No,
jump on board?
look, Don King is the man, the myth, the legend himself. And
DK.
hey, that's DK right there. And Mr. King ain't got no problems working with anybody that's talking about money. Now let's talk about this money and let's make this fight happen. Cause God knows I can sell a fight. God knows Don can sell a fight. God knows that hey, when we got a good platform, let's make this fight happen.
oh, we're losing you. No, we're losing you.
Let him come back. We'll give him a second.
Yeah, we're losing Blair. We're losing Blair for a second.
There you
All
go.
right,
Oh,
now
he
now it's
came
looking
back.
good. Now it's looking
Oh,
good.
you
Continue
lost
on,
me?
Blair.
We
Yeah,
lost you
yeah,
for like
yeah.
10
So repeat,
seconds.
yeah, repeat the last 10 seconds,
I
brother.
said, absolutely. I would love to fight in pretty much anybody that's worthy of fighting Blood or Flair. But I would love to fight Boots. Let's make that fight happen. If Eddie Hearns is smart enough financially or stupid enough to get his guy knocked off, either way, let's just make it happen. It'll be great. It'll be great. A great time for boxing, where we just go right above this whole idea of like everybody just already having it made before they even get anywhere. You know, I would love to see people that actually get tested. You know, like we got fighters that have so much and never fought not one motherfucking name, not one goddamn ex champion, nothing.
And can I say you on boxing with Clips, brother Flair? So we do name drop. So talk your shit. We don't care about
Absolutely. Well,
nobody's feelings
shit.
here.
I drop names all day, every day, man. I be sleeping dropping names. Bitch.
Not, tell me,
Boots
but
ass got
Oh,
what did you take from Boo's
right.
last performance? Because now it's starting to seem like you guys are like a match made in heaven. He needs that name. He needs that because it's a difference when you find the veterans, but when you're fighting a guy of your stable, whether he's a young guy or he's just right up on his peak. And like I said, you're right up on your peak. You guys are quietly starting to mesh, but they're trying to push you out the back door in a way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now, the thing is this: everybody wants it. There's so many questions as to why it's not happening, and there's no answers. You know, there's just no answers. You know what I mean? And then we have so many questions about exactly who is Boots. You know, like, yeah, we saw you like outclass a couple guys that wasn't shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, you safely outboxed a guy that gave you a little bit of a hard time that had absolutely no punching power. Um, Now let's see you actually take a test. Now we got this guy that's talking the most shit, doing the most shit, and is very, very unconventional and unpredictable. I mean, we sit here and think that, hey, Blair wasn't gonna make it in the Adrian Broner fight. Boom, motherfucker lost everything in one punch early. Like, you know, we talk about how, oh man, this guy ain't no way he was supposed to be Maurice Hooker. Boom, he knocks him clean out. Like, just, oh shit, he wasn't supposed to make it past the second round, but then hell, within 2 rounds, Blair Flair knocks him down 3 times. You know what I mean? And then only God could save him for the rest of that fight. Um, I think that right now is the time. I mean, I'm cooking, and right now it's time to go ahead and put Boots on the grill and cook his ass too.
My guys, any questions for Blair before we switch the topic? Because we we gotta talk some more boxing with you, Blair. Any questions for the guy? X Dave.
Blair, yo, Blair. They saying rumor is that Stanionis and Giasov is gonna take a sidestep and let Stanionis and Boots unify. Do you mind getting in the ring with Giasov? You know what I'm saying? And being him, it being that he's the mandatory for the WBA for Stanionis, and Boots ain't trying to give you a fight. Okay. And
I
Giasov
don't
is one of
mind
Eddie.
spanking anybody.
Giasov is one of Eddie's
I don't
guys too.
mind,
So
yeah, but bro, that man is not going to survive. He's not going to be able to stop Theonis.
oh
Now,
man.
Blair, if you can't get a lot of these guys at 47,
Yo,
are you just gonna look for the next challenge at 154, or is like your mind set on some of these guys where it's like I want to take them out before I go there?
look, man, I don't need to go up and wait.
Mm.
I don't need to go nowhere. I can stay right the fuck here and start tearing asses right here. Guess what? Everybody's coming back to the welterweight division anyways. So it doesn't really matter. Sooner or later, we're going to be talking about a Ryan Garcia Blair the Flair show that's going to outsell almost anything in recent times. I mean, why not? Why not just keep boxing alive right here in the welterweight division? There's no sense in Boots like going up and weight. He talked about going up and weight when I scared him off, and then Virgil called his bluff, and then he's like, you know what, I won't go back down. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, you know, everybody's tough until somebody calls they bluff. You know what I mean? Everybody's tough until somebody calls you bluff. You know?
Mars, Mars.
All right. So Blair, I'm pretty sure you watched the fight. Usyk remains supreme in the heavyweight division, beating Tyson Fury by unanimous decision in their rematch.
Yeah.
What did you
Wait,
think?
hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm not gonna just let you. I'm not gonna let you go
Oh yeah,
because
hold on. I
Chris.
gotta eat some crow because they on me because
Yeah.
I picked Tyson Fury. But not only
Hey,
did I pick
Wait.
Tyson
Who did
Fury,
you have, Blair?
wait.
Well, look, man,
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to mess up
I
the intro,
love
Oh
but
I love
no,
both
absolutely.
fighters. I love both fighters. And me personally, I wanted to see Tyson win only for a trilogy. You know what I mean? To get possibly pull a trilogy. I thought Usyk won, but it was a little bit closer than what the judges had it.
definitely.
You know what I mean? But it was a great fight. Right now, Usyk is the man. He is like modern day Evander Holyfield,
Mm.
fighting these
hey,
fighting these giants, coming up in weight
Mm-hmm.
and being like the guy with all the belts. You know what I mean? Undisputed in 2 weight classes. I mean, and it's not those not just little weight classes. You know, it's not like you came from like 140 to 147 and then 147 to 154. No, these is like like 50 pounds in weight difference. You know what I mean? So I commend Usyk for representing his beautiful country.
Yeah.
Shout out to what they're going through, and I hope that they reign supreme in this war that's going on with Russia. But hell, man, Usyk is doing his thing, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud to see a unified heavyweight champion like Usyk. That's like really,
Don't be afraid.
and he pulls it off.
Now, Blair, it's interesting because I had it a draw, but a lot of those rounds were really close. I was picking Tyson Fury by stoppage because I feel like
Really?
Tyson Fury, he's been the man in rematches. And I felt in the first fight it was a draw, but the knockdown made the difference. Like I feel both fights you could have definitely gave it to Usyk, but I don't feel the only thing I give to Usyk, I feel that the rounds he won, he definitely left no doubt in the rounds.
Mm.
And my question basically is with this, considering that he's wiping down these divisions and he's not even at 30 fights, he's getting a lot of backlash, and well, he's still not a great. What do you feel? I don't think he has to do really much more. Basically, I'm paraphrasing what Tim Bradley said. And long story short, short story long, he says he's not an all-time great, and I vehemently disagree. I vehemently
Look,
disagree because pound for
I
pound,
remember.
I go by fights, right? So when I look at pound for pound, I look at Inoue's last 5 fights. Paul Butler. Stephen Fulton, and Donaire twice, and the other guy. When I look at Bud, I look at Errol Spence. I look at David Avenesian, Sean Porter. But when I look at Usyk, he just beat Tyson Fury twice. He beats Dubois and he beats Anthony Joshua twice. He's already beaten Joseph Parker. Like, who's really left for him so we can really crown him an all-time great? Does he have to beat Dubois again without the controversy? Because that's looking like what's going to be next for the end of this year or sometime later this year.
I mean, at the end of the day, okay, he smacks up Dubois in the rematch, right? Then there's nothing left to. I think that it'd be okay. You go ahead and put his bitch ass in the ring. Like, you know what I mean? You lost the first time. Like,
Hey.
and just go ahead. You know what I mean? Go ahead and let's see it happen. You know what I mean? He beat a coward, and he beat the coward out of what's it call it? But I don't know. I think Usyk is the guy right now, and there's really no stopping somebody like him right now. You know what I mean? He wins that, and then he could pretty much retire. Like, what else is there to prove?
I feel like he could retire now if you think about it, Blair. Think
Honestly,
about.
yeah, me too. Can
I
you
feel like
see
he
me
could
though?
retire
Can
now
you
because
see?
he's already beat Dubois, controversial or not. Because I feel like that punch. Do you think that punch was clean?
What the that you talking
The
about
low
the
blow.
one that the low blow?
The alleged low blow. That shit wasn't no low blow, man.
Yeah. I think that like everything kind of worked out luckily and fortunately for Usyk to pull that off. Like my body, like my fucking my balls. But then like he might have been really hurt like with that pelvic bone area. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think they're like, hey, man, he figured it out. It ain't cheating until you get caught. Like shit, like yo, I can't tell you how many times Bernard Hopkins done taught me something. Like in the ring, boxing him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold up, man. Yeah, but the referee wouldn't have saw that. I'm like, what? How? Because I was over here. It was like I was like the punch that I hit you with was facing the corner. I'm like, oh my god, like yo, schooling the shit out of me. You know what I mean?
Hey.
So,
Mm.
so I don't know, man. Like,
Oh, we lost him for
Yeah.
us.
No, you also
What?
said, hey, XMPYP. I wanted
What?
to. Oh,
What? Oh.
You
You back?
know, that's
Oh, he's
one
back. He's
shot.
back. Yep, he's back.
Can you see me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'm so what I'm saying is that's just one shot, man. Like that's not the whole fight. So he lost the whole fight regardless. So what's the odds of him getting that one shot again? I think I think not. You know what I mean? I've gotten hurt by a guy that like can't win not one motherfucking round ever again. Ever. Ever again. Can't win not one motherfucking round against me ever again. I'll take it all off the table. Yeah. Now you get nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can pray for that one punch. Again, it ain't never happening. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's just what it is. Like I don't think that like that one punch is everything. And Dubois can live off of that one punch and possibly get that rematch and get his ass kicked again and then Usyk moves on. I don't know where he moves to because after that there's nobody left. He fought everybody.
Blair,
You know?
they saying that he's talking about thinking about going back down to cruiserweight and becoming
Bad
champion
idea.
down there again. You interested in that? Does it interest you? Do you agree he should? I
Hell no.
mean, there's a lot of fresh competition down there for him.
No, I think that's a horrible idea. I think that like you should never just be looking back or going backwards. We all know what happened to when he went back down in weight. He could have stayed at heavyweight and just outspeed most of the fighters, and then in his career, he didn't fight everybody. Just fight a couple fights and then get out of there. I mean, skedaddle. You know what I mean? Like be great. You know what I mean? Or take that loss and pass the torch to somebody else. But going backwards it never works out very well for guys going down in weight. It never
but
does. So I don't
but
I don't think that's a good idea.
I gotta push back a little on that, Blake. Considering when everybody brings up Roy, Roy went from heavyweight to light heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
He's making he's coming in at 220 pounds. He's not coming in huge at these heavyweight divisions. So you don't think maybe he can actually make cruiserweight without a problem? Because if he was maybe coming in at heavyweight like at 250, I would give him no absolute shot to go back down. But if he I now it makes sense that he thinks about it because he's always been around the 217s, the 224s. I don't think he's weighed higher than 225 as a heavyweight, and he's already had like 6 fights at heavyweight. So maybe that was just a plan all along. And I like the Evander Holyfield comparison, even though people aren't gonna give him his credit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like you're right about that. You're right that Holyfield, I mean not Holyfield, Roy did take a way bigger jump than Usyk would. But I don't know, me personally, even taking that small jump back down, I think that's more of a risk than to and it doesn't really meet the reward. I mean, he already did everything. I mean, the guys at nobody really cares about the cruiserweight as much as like the heavyweight division. And I don't know, like who else is going to fight? Jared Hurd that just got knocked out. Like I don't know, but but there's really nothing left for Usyk to fight anymore. Does that make sense?
No, of course.
Totally,
And then
totally.
so then going into 2025, we got a couple of these. We got a couple of these fight slates. You know, we got the Bivol 2 rematch with a stacked card. And any fights other than yourself that you want to see happen or you looking forward to 2025?
Um, Honestly, not really, not really, because like everything was just perfect. I mean everything is great. I mean these fights. I mean everything. Every good fight is, if it's not happening, it's materializing. I think boxing is upping their game. You know, outside of the one fight that most people would like to see, which is Canelo fighting Benavidez. Most of these fights, the fights that we want to see is actually materializing. People want to see the Blair Flair and Boots fight. It's materializing. Sooner or later it will happen. So I don't know. Like I think right now we're in a good state. You know, we're in a good state and things are going to get better. You know,
Picking on the
that's
upcoming fights, we got Benavidez, Morel, two young guns that were based at 168, now both at 165. A lot of the things when I speak to the Benavidez camp, they say it directly, but they don't say it directly too much. They don't want to hear the excuse of David Morrell was too green for him. If you're a coach and you got a fighter with the talent and the skill set of a David Morrell, but he's only 11 pro fights in, do you throw him in with a guy with nearly 3 times the pro experience? Forget the amateur experience, but the pro experience.
yeah. Why not?
Oh, you a risky man. I don't know. You would feel some
Hey
people
man,
will wait. Some people would wait. I've spoken to a lot of people. They said he's got 11 fights. Maybe they should have gave him at least 5 more fights. Some people were like, if he wants it, he wants it. But most people I speak to, they was like, yo, 11 fights is just too soon for the caliber of a fight of a David Benavidez.
I mean, look, if he's chasing greatness, why not? I mean, Lomachenko won a title with only like a couple fights.
Second fight,
Was
yeah.
it his
Three.
second fight?
Three? Yeah.
His
No,
third
it was his
fight.
third fight. His second fight was Gary Russell Jr.
Third.
You know what I mean? Or something like that. Third fight was Gary Russell Jr. Some shit. Like, come on, man. Like, I mean, and he's done very well for himself. I would say dare to be great because I'm the kind of guy that pulls up to the casino, looks at the roulette table, bet it all on red. Boom. And then boom, I always win and I walk out with my money. You know what I'm saying? So like, why not? Why not make that happen? You know, why not make that happen and and let's see what he's really got. Because he's already fought as a professional.
Oh, let him come back.
Yeah, we're losing him.
Now the ultimate test is a
Oh,
world
okay.
title. Let's fight now. Else.
Okay, yeah, we got it.
So
Hey, Blair,
who's
Blair, cut on 1 second. 1 sec. Ooh,
I'm
yeah, we're losing you, Blair. Yeah, we're losing him. Just give it a second.
I get that point though. I think he's making a point on that. Like, put your money on yourself.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm still at least on my end. He's still
Yeah, same.
So yeah. It's X. You got anything to put in because I haven't been able to get X in here. Oh, he's back. Oh, there we go. Oh, never mind.
Yo, fellas, I just want to say y'all doing the damn thing right here. I know I'm a little late, but y'all cooking right now. We lost Blair.
Yeah, we just lost him. So yeah, perfect. Well, we're timing to get
Who
to
we
get up
got?
in there, X.
We drop
Chris,
the link.
man.
Drop the link for the public. Talk to me, X. The Professor X.
Chris, Usyk is that dude, man. Professor Usyk, man. Professor Usyk.
And Reggie's been dying to play my montage clip. Reg, I know your hand is itching.
Play it, Reggie.
Play my montage clip where I gotta eat some crow.
What worries me in this fight is Tyson Fury schooling him.
Can we play with the video or you just got the audio?
No, I just got the audio because that's all you need. But hold on, we got a couple things. We got a couple things here because you particularly I want X and Dave's opinion about this because obviously Blair talked about it, but I just wanted to get just you two before we get back to Blair, which we do got Blair back. So I'm about to put him on as we play this clip.
Well done on tonight. God bless. I want my revenge for the robbery in last time. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Where's Frank? Make it happen.
So I wanted before Blair comes back on, I really wanted to just get X and PYP's opinion because Blair kind of took up a lot of that time. So how do you guys feel? Like, he stormed the ring. He wanted his rematch. You heard the man. What do you think?
I think he needs to worry about Joseph Parker, bro, because he might not even make it out his next match. He's calling for a rematch, and he hasn't even won his next match, and he has a tough opponent on his hands. And I don't mind. I mean, I'm going for Joseph Parker. I don't mind seeing Joe Parker I'm going for Joe Parker. I'm going for
X
Joe
dropping the
Parker.
bomb. Yo, so if X is saying this, X got to get the same treatment the day after.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
X,
yeah.
going.
Don't worry about it.
because
I'll,
I've been getting bashed all week, so X got to get the same treatment.
I'm
But
going
can
for
we all
Joe
give
Parker.
credit to Dubois for reinventing himself? You know, this
Oh,
was
he's
a
the
guy
Definitely.
that
comeback
was
fighter of the
known as
year.
a quitter, and this is what I tell people:
I'm about to
chin.
get off.
This is people don't know the difference between chinny and questionable chin, and this is what I mean. A questionable chin is a chin that might be there that day and it might not be there that other day. Dubois is
Hey,
the perfect example of a questionable chin. He got dropped 3 times in the same round by nobody, but then he goes has an underdog and stops Philip Herkovich, who was arguably the next up and coming feared heavyweight, and he stopped him, made it look easy.
He beat the
So,
crap out of Herkovich easy, bro.
so you
He
get what
beat
I'm
the shit out
saying?
of him.
Like I get it.
He won all 3 of his fights this year by knockout. So
And
he's
then
Yeah.
the
he beats
he's
Big
not
Big.
just a comeback fighter of the year. He's in a run for
No, and
fighter
yes,
of the
and
year.
that's why I'm glad Blair's back on in the year 2024. I want everybody's coach of the year, fight of the year, knockout of the year, moment of the year, upset of the year, because it's most likely gonna be the last show. Upset of the year, we just had Bruno Sarase knock out my guy Jaime Munguia in Tijuana. That's
that's
definitely upset of
definitely
the
it.
year.
That's upset of
Yeah,
the year.
That's upset of the year.
yeah.
My knockout of the year is Angelo Leo knocking out Venado Lopez.
That was
Oh yeah.
clean.
What you got, Blair?
Nice. Hey, I agree. I agree.
Oh,
I
what you
agree with
got,
those
Dave?
two.
Man, I hadn't combed through them all. That one was a badass one though, man. I like that one, X. I like that one too. But I really need to go
Angelo
through the
Leo
archives.
he was out, like his eyes was open. He was looking
Yeah.
at the ceiling. You could
Damn.
tell that his body is telling him get up, but there was no his mind was telling him get
No
up, but his
answer.
body could not go.
It's definitely up there with him and Sarase, man. To be honest, the
No,
one
but
punch.
don't forget H2O getting knocked out by Bati, man. Lucas
Oh, the
Bati.
Jake Paul's guy.
That shit was ugly as well, man.
Oh
I
yeah, that
thought
was
he
pretty
Yeah,
killed
bad.
him for real.
That was pretty bad.
I
He
mean,
That
felt like
one
yeah,
was
like
it
badass.
was
he looked like
performance of the
Albert
year.
Dragoff that did Apollo Creed dirty. That was pretty bad. That was yeah.
Performance of the year. Who do you got? It's been a lot of good performances,
Performance
but
of the year.
I feel like it's not on 2023. Like 2023 had a lot of great Like 2023 is Terrence Crawford, easy hands down. This year, I don't know. I don't know. Performance of the year? Ugh.
Usyk,
A
man. Usyk doing it
AB getting
again.
his
Usyk,
tooth
bro.
knocked the fuck out.
Blair to Flair knocking AB super.
If anything, that was the most shocker because I had you beating AB, obviously, but I ain't had you knocking his tooth out.
Nobody knocks AB down. Period. You know what I mean? That took a
Not yet.
whole lot.
He's only been down twice in his career. He's never been stopped. You made it the third, and you've been one of the few guys to beat him convincingly. Because even if the fight with Maidana, he still won some rounds. The fight with you was unanimous. So we definitely
Only
coach of
me
the
and
year.
Madonna knocked him down. Not even Pacquiao knocked him down. And like I landed that same fucking punch like 8, 9 times. I'm like, what kind of fucking neck he got? Like that shit crazy. He got the iron stone chin, dude. You ain't breaking that shit.
Nah, AB got a chin, bro.
AB was resilient, man. He was just a nut ass nigga, but he was resilient. Shout out to AB.
Yeah. AB built different.
They say they say about buffets, but don't slaughter me.
Get him up, let him get up, let him get up, let him
Hey.
Coach of the year, I gotta give it to Robert Garcia.
Yeah.
With
Yeah,
Bam.
bro. The ninja each fucking card that he's on, he got about 5 fighters on the
No, but
card.
then you
Got
gotta
a lot
think
of
And they
about
fighters.
win.
the wins.
Yeah.
I feel like I believe it or not, the Gallo stoppage follow in 3 weeks later, if I'm not mistaken. Jose Valenzuela beats Pitbull Cruz. I
Yeah.
think that right there
That's
solidified for
sews
him.
it up.
Those
Hmm.
two fights,
Yeah.
I feel like solidified him, stopping a Hall of Fame and Gallo Estrada. Then about 6 weeks later, if I'm not mistaken, goes and not even that, he goes to 140, and we gotta say it for what it is. He switches trainers because that was his first fight at 140 with a new trainer.
Mm-hmm.
Because Benavidez, as much as does not the best defensive teacher.
Right.
So with Robert Garcia, he looks way more polished. He boxes to his size. He looks good at that weight, and obviously another underdog victory against the champ. So I feel like Robert Garcia definitely takes it. Easy cake, unless y'all got somebody else. Bo Mack is always definitely in the running, obviously with Steve Nelson and Keyshawn Davis and those boys. But I feel like his head above shoulders definitely has to be Robert Garcia.
Nah, Robert Garcia, hands down. That's unanimous, bro. Unanimous. 118
The
to
trainers,
110. You heard? Like,
What you
that's
said,
I
Blair?
don't know. The trainers that Keyshawn is with are very, very skilled, very interesting. I train with them. I'm in the same gyms as them, and like I'm at top rank, and it's very interesting with like the type of training that they do. Outside of myself, they're very, very interesting in that gym, as far as how they conduct their training. Yeah.
Fi- Fight of the year. Where we going with fight of the year?
oh
Mm,
man.
I don't know.
Uh
Usyk.
Boacek
Virgil
Belichick.
and
Ortiz.
Virgil was good.
Oh, fight of the year. My bad.
Yeah, fight of
Really?
the year. Yeah, it was a great fight.
It
It's
was fun.
it's definitely, you got to throw that there. You definitely got to throw Katie and Serrano again up in that mix.
Yeah,
And
for the ladies, that's the fight of the year again.
nah,
Fight
but
of
it,
the
wa- it was
year.
a
What about the
fight.
Arthur Bitterby fight? What about
Better
Arthur and
be
Bevo?
better be Even Bevo was a really good fight as well. Very
Yeah, we
But
gotta talk
skilled.
about
I
we
don't
gotta
think it's
talk
fight
about
of the
that.
year. I don't think
In
it's
terms
fight
of
of the year
action,
winner.
though, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
It was
I
it
really
was
like that fight, but in terms of action, like sustained action, it's not one you would pop in the. Well, I was gonna date myself here. Pop a tape in and watch it again, or press replay on that mug. It
I
doesn't have the
mean,
replay
I
value.
kind of felt like that with the Usyk Fury. I felt the Usyk Fury one fight was way better than the second one. I
Yeah,
felt like it was
Yeah.
way more tactical chess being played in the second one. The
yeah.
first one was a I'll still watch the fight. Great fight. That's fight of the year. Yeah, fight of the year. We ain't really
What about Ford? What about the Raymond Ford fight?
Raymond
with
Ford and Nick Ball.
Well,
Okay.
no,
yes.
no, the one before that.
Oh, when he won
Oh,
the
with the
title.
Russian dude that he stopped
Yeah,
coming back. Yeah.
that one was dope, bro.
They was
Yeah, he
shaking,
did.
yeah.
If
They was
anything, that's
shaking.
like comeback fight because remember, he's a
Down. He
zone
needed that.
guy. He was on top rank taking that fight. You know, he gets the stoppage in the 12th, being down on the card. So yeah, man, that probably one of the best moments out there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I got a
that's the
question
moment
for
of the
you
year
guys.
right there.
Talk to me, Blair.
I got a question for you guys before I leave. What do you guys think about the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I ain't like it.
Event
I
Right
ain't
event of
like
now,
the
it,
year.
Blair. I didn't like it. Event
yeah,
of the
right
year can
now we
be
got
up
some.
there.
Right
Definitely.
now we got a silly guy that's like a YouTuber that's calling himself the face of boxing. He's able to put on these big attractions. You know what I mean? Fighting just like George off the street, or pretty much anybody that he fight. You know what I mean? Me. And what do you guys think about that in the status of boxing being able to, for someone even being able to do that and pull from something like Netflix? I think that's kind of ridiculous. What do you guys think?
To be honest, we kind of don't even pay him no mind. We don't pay him no mind. We've never really talked about him on the channel. I didn't really do anything with the Mike Tyson. People were just more in it for Mike Tyson, Blair. I was just really. It was that last hoorah. Them old heads, Blair. Them old heads. Them 45
Showed
year
up.
olds.
It
They
showed
was
up.
on that last hoorah. Like Mike is coming back. It's you know.
He still
It,
got it.
you
You
know,
still
you
got
couldn't you couldn't tell these Brooklyn niggas nothing, Blair. It was like
none.
the Dodgers came back to Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, what?
So it
They
was one of
took back
those.
the
It was more.
Dodgers.
And if anybody would have been, because even though he's been beaten by Fury's little brother, if anybody wanted Jake Paul to lose, it would have been to a guy like a Mike Tyson, like an old vet like that, or maybe a young up, because we know he's not gonna fight none of these up and coming guys. So if anybody was hoping maybe one of these old guys could just like that, and that's what I was hearing from everybody, man. I'm just hoping Mike could just land one on him. I'm just hoping Mike can do. That's all I kept hearing. It was just a bunch of
Did Did you
a
see
whole
the
bucket.
videos of Mike Tyson holding back early in the fight to not knock him out?
Yeah, surprisingly, and then with the 14-ounce glove. So I just didn't like also how they alternated the rules, but still made it a professional fight. I didn't like it at all. That's what I didn't
Right.
like. You're gonna call it a professional fight with 2-minute rounds, 14-ounce
And
gloves.
giant ass gloves on, and just
Right.
like y'all need to just stop playing. You know what I mean? Like
The fucking
make it
Hulk
real.
gloves,
Then
bro.
get.
Look,
I
But
want to see what happens when you get smacked in the head with a 10-ounce glove. You know what I'm saying? There's only two classes. There's only two types of gloves. Eights. Ooh, I
intense.
love
intense.
eights and tens. And when you got big boys in tens, oh my God, that's scary. I would love to see what happens.
But
But
what if he would have knocked him out, Blair? Like, what do you think would? I think Jake Paul. I don't think he lived to see the end of the year. If he would have did Mike the way he did Nate, it would have been bad. Cause
yeah, I don't know. I don't even know, man. But
Blair, let me ask you this, man. Ass whooping of the year.
Ooh.
Blair
mm,
over Adrian Broner or Ryan over Devin? Ass whooping of the year. Who got a bigger
I
ass
gotta
whooping?
put.
Oh,
I gotta push back. I gotta
ass
push
whooping
back.
of the year. I think
Ryan
ass
Ryan.
was more.
whooping
I
of
feel
the
like
year.
Ryan's was more
I think Ryan.
satisfactory, just due to the fact that people hate Bill.
Yeah, I think Ryan
Whoa.
was the one. It depends
I
on how
did
much
the
you
mop the
hate him.
steps. I've swept the
You know
steps.
what I mean? Now,
Vacuum
if
swept
this
everything
fight
downstairs.
happened,
That's really
hello.
what it was. You
Yo.
think he cheated, Blair?
Sorry,
I
bro.
don't. To this day, I don't believe Ryan cheated, man.
Nah,
And
nah.
I picked Haney. I had
Look,
to. I lost some money on that fight. I don't care. The way I look
yo,
at it,
look. We all lost money on Haney. Me too.
Yo, that's facts.
And I loved it. I was happy to see it. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I was happy to see the fight. And no, I don't believe that Ryan lost. I think that they're just fucking bitching. You know what I mean? And then they want to talk to me about it. But then they don't
Till
want to
this
fucking
day.
fight me about it. They damn sure don't want to fight me about it. So like I'm like, all right, whatever, man. You know what I mean? You got it.
all right. So
Eh,
But
Blair, you fight a guy, you get beat pillar to post. You find out the guy has cheated. Whether no matter what he takes, you want your rematch in blood, or you pointing them finger to them people.
Oh man,
bro,
we not.
I wanted in the scrap. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
I'll
That's
take
been
it in
my only
blood.
problem. I've hated the way he's
But
went
my whole
about
thing
it.
is this. My whole thing is this, man. Like I talked to a lot of specialists, and a lot of specialists actually spoke about this, and they spoke about Austrine and all of that nonsense, man. That's been revolved around it, and they're all telling me that it's bullshit. That a lot of times these like the type of the amount of Austrine that was actually found in his blood is easily pointing to like just contaminated
Test.
supplements.
Supplements.
So like it's just ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? And then they gotta go through the suing and all this other stuff. And like, oh my God, you hurt me. I lost my fight, so you need to pay for me. You need to pay for my whole life because you ruined my career. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like me personally, but I just wish nothing but the best for both of them. And like, I just wish that they would just, like, I wish that Devin Haney and Bill Haney could handle that situation a little bit better and a little bit more honorable, so that like boxing could be sustainable, because the way they all like people always set the bar to a level of bitchery, and it never ends, and it's not good. You know what I'm saying? It's not good. But I gotta go, you guys. So check this out. Before I go, you can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Blair the Flair. And for more exciting content, official BlairTheFlair.com. Woo! Because nobody does it better,
Woo!
baby. I love it. Thank you for having me on Boxing with
We
Chris.
we
Check it
always
out again,
appreciate
baby.
you, big bro. Appreciate you. Enjoy your holidays. Happy New Year. Take care. Brush your hair.
Take care, brush your hair.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Blair the
Take care.
Flair, baby.
All right, take care.
Peace out, Flair.
All right.
And that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta see it though. Like I don't know. I don't know. I gotta see it. I've always wanted. I wanted to ask him. You being a fighter, how many times do you test in a camp? You get what I'm
Oh, that's
saying?
yes.
That was my next question. How many times? Because remember, he didn't test during the camp. You know, and what the craziest part about this, the fight was April 20th. So the fight's April 20th. I'm in Vegas from April 30th to May 4th for Canelo Munguia. The news breaks out while we're waiting for Canelo. I kid you not, may my kids die right now. We're sitting
No,
here,
not
we're
your kids
waiting.
dying. How about there?
And I'm serious, X. I kid you not. We're sitting waiting. We're at the MGM ballroom waiting for the press conference. Everybody's phone.
That's
Doo-doo-doo,
facts.
doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo,
Wait, wait,
doo-doo-doo.
wait,
Ryan Garcia
wait.
has tested positive for ostarine. We're just looking. Everybody, it was the same way when he missed weight. When we're at the weigh-in and everybody's looking at their phone like, yo, Ryan Garcia just missed weight, 3.2 pounds. It was the same thing. People weren't even asking Canelo about his fight with Munguia. People was like, yo, Ryan Garcia just tested positive. Basically, in short words, telling Canelo, you tested positive. How do you deal with allegations like that?
Oh shit, right?
So it was
Did you
one of
take him
those
to the
things.
torta spot that you went to?
You said what?
No, I said they were asking Canelo if he took Ryan to the torta spot.
Put him on to the spot,
Yo,
Holmes.
no, I'm telling you, it's one of those things we're all in sit here, we're waiting, and everybody's phone is going off, and we're sitting here, and I like the attention of Canelo Munguia went away until like the weigh-in, and not even that, he kind of took the spot at the weigh because he
Take the
was at the
table in the
weigh-in.
back.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things, but they definitely got to run it in 2025. I gotta see it. X, you missed a little bit of the beginning.
Oh wow.
We
Not
had
go
the
speak like
we
what you
had the
do.
TO Matias looking like is set up for March of this year. What do you think, man?
Did they change the
Theo,
those names? Like this
it
was
looked like it.
different.
Tio and Matias will be blockbuster. Tio and Matias is what we need. Theo and Matias makes up for all of the ducking that Theo is getting because he has been calling them all out. Big fights too. Big fights. So I'm hearing, oh, Matias just got beat, blah, 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 and all that other stuff. Styles make fights. This is a good action fight. You can't miss it. And it's gonna be in New York. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
It should
I'll
be.
sign me up for it. Sign me up for it. It can't go anywhere else. I mean, where the hell y'all gonna take this to Vegas? Like, cut it out. Cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter where you put it, it's a good fight, right? But where the money's at for it is here in New York City.
But
It's
Matias,
here in
you
New York
think
City.
How do
is
you
he
feel
still that
about it
guy?
being on pay-per-view, X?
That's
Yeah.
not what I'm not feeling that, you know?
Word.
That I'm not feeling because pay-per-view just isn't it. You know what I'm saying? But Teofimo Lopez hasn't been on pay-per-view. So
Yeah,
I guess
he needs that leverage in a way.
he's and it's not gonna work. And it's not gonna
What
work.
y'all paying for
You know what I'm
that?
After
saying?
this fight, it
What
ain't
y'all
gonna help
paying
him.
for
That's a
that?
good question. That's a good question, Reg, because Top Rank is not out here charging you your mortgage for pay-per-view. When he put Haney Loma on pay-per-view, it was only $50. That's what
That's
pay-per-views were
fair.
back in the day. You know,
That's fair.
like I remember me having to beg my mom to get me Cotto Mayweather. Like at that point, $50 was $50 though.
$50.
Nah, but yeah, but
So
you got
now
your
it's
money though.
like I can see it being $50. I can see it, or
But
I don't know if he's
but you
gonna
got to
pick
remember
up
$50. But $50 back then was basically like, you
or
know what I'm
80
saying,
now.
$80 right now.
Yeah.
That's how they pricing it. But again, it's the caliber
Yeah,
of fight,
but
right?
50 bucks is fair. 50 bucks is cool. For this type of fight, this is a $40-$50 pay-per-view fight. No problem. No problem.
But
$49.99.
Well,
You good with that?
you know where are they
Stack the
we
losing me,
card.
paid
man?
money to fall asleep to certain
I
boxers. I'm
mean,
not gonna name any names.
none of these guys are boring fighters, so we can't say that. What you were saying, Dave?
Oh,
Okay.
I think where they losing me, man, is right before this fight in February. Riyadh season is going to be putting a $20 pay-per-view up.
Oh.
And that card is
I
going to be
just sent you the
sick,
picture,
bro.
Reg. Put that in the background. Put that in the background. That right there is gonna be. It's an interesting card. It's an interesting
It's a
card.
dope card, bro. It's top to
I got it.
bottom.
One sec.
I got. Let's see. Let's
Hey,
hope
what is
because
Set up
we
my
already
page.
had a fight removed. You said what, X?
Repeat that, X.
I said, let's just hope that every fight on that card makes its card because
Well, remember,
am
Madrimov is Madrimov fighting.
Betting Madrimov is fighting
Virgil.
No, because remember
I don't see
he caught the bronchitis.
Bivol better BF2 on that night. Bivol better
don't see
BF2
it?
does not happen on that night, bro. I don't see it happening that night.
Oh,
Whoa!
snap.
Elaborate. Put X on the big screen. Elaborate, X. Talk to me.
Whoa.
Put that camera on
I'm
him.
right here, dog. I'm right here, dog.
Talk to me. What do you think, X?
Bivol and Better BF will not make it to February 22nd. The main event on February 22nd will be Dubois and Joe Parker. Because these guys just got out of their fight in October. And right after their fight, they were saying, the rematch October of next year. Like, come on, cut that shit out. We got to wait a whole fucking year to see y'all fight again. Now, all of a sudden, February 22nd. And let's remember that also, they were supposed to fight June 1st. And Beterbiev is the king of injuries. Beterbiev always pops up with an injury right before his big fights and pushes them back. And he only fights once a year now. I doubt February 22nd is the date. Prove me wrong, though. Prove me wrong. Give us that main event. I would love for that fight to happen February 22nd because Bivol does not need to be sitting around waiting to get his back.
And we're going to keep you on the big screen. X, your boy, you picking Joseph Parker, the resilient Joseph Parker, because he definitely has reinvented himself. How does Joseph Parker beat the reinvented now IBF heavy world champion Dubois? What do you feel that he has to beat Daniel Dubois right now?
It's a big bounce back fight. Like both of these guys are bounce back fighters in 2024. You know what I'm saying? Joe Parker beat Zhang. Joe Parker beat Wilder. Joe Parker been in the ring with just about everybody as well. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. Joe Parker is an ex-heavyweight champion himself. He fought Joshua. He fought Dillian White. He fought Chisora. He's fought Joe Joyce. He's fought everybody, man. Win, lose, or draw, Joe Parker gets busy. He trains with Tyson Fury also. So, you know, like, I like Joe Parker a lot in this fight. And I see fight Usyk than Dubois, who already got beat. And yeah, the low blow was there. And the body shot, low blow, whatever you want to call it. But guess what? Usyk got up. Usyk put him down, and he ain't get back up. Yeah. Yeah, with a jab. Ninja used to you took another knee. It reminded you of Joe Joyce pounding on you, you know what I'm saying? And you fell back.
Chill out. He's reinventing himself since then. He's not the same man. He's
saying, you know what it is about Daniel Dubois? Dubois is tough, and he comes out swinging. You know what I'm saying? If you're not ready, he's strong. He's a guy that comes out fighting in the early rounds. First 5-6 rounds, you're gonna have your hands full because he's swinging and he gets it on.
But that's what I say. Questionable chin. He's the type that Joseph Parker could floor him 2 times, but Philip Herkovich couldn't even move him.
Philip Herkovich was just a standing.
He will have Joseph Parker. There's a chance that Joseph Parker looks like Deontay Wilder against this guy.
Joe Parker.
Like
bro.
There's a good chance that he leaves his chin at home.
Joe Parker got a funny chin too. Joe Parker been down a few times also. But
Yeah,
he
but
gets
he's
back
never. I
up.
don't think he's ever been stopped, and he's also
Yeah, he got
Joe.
stopped
he
by Joe
did.
Joyce, by the
Yeah,
Juggernaut, the
Joe
Oh yeah,
same
Joyce
he's
man,
stopped
the
talking
him.
same
about
man
Joe
that
Joyce.
stopped Dubois. So
So
guess what?
he's been.
They have similar losses to the same guy at that. You know what I'm saying? They
I
both
mean,
lost
one
to the
got
Juggernaut.
stopped. One got stopped. One quit because of his health. Let's be real. Dubois would have lost his eye. He ain't want to lose his eye. That's why he quit. Quitting is quitting. We're
And
not
Joe
taking that
Parker
away.
and Joe Parker got knocked into almost the first row, bro. Joe Joyce, the knockout that Joe Joyce put on Joe Parker was mean. Was mean, but Joe Parker was cooking. He was fighting with that man. Joe Parker's gonna
Yeah.
fight with anybody, and he'll
We-
get up. And he'll get up. You can't question his heart. There's no questioning on his heart, whether he win, lose, or draw. You know what
So
I'm saying?
So you saying Madrimov is good because he had bronchitis. He was supposed to fight
He ain't got no
Bohachuk.
bronchitis, my nigga.
He
He
had
had
Shit,
bronchitis. They were saying he was
he
coughing
got
up, and he had he had the green mucus in the sink. Yo, he
he
had the
got the
bronchitis.
brum bullshit. You heard?
Yeah, word.
The
He was
brum
looking
Yeah,
pee
like
bullshit.
SpongeBob when he had the cold outfit. That's what they were saying.
They got the suds.
He got the suds.
That ninja full of shit is what he's full of, bro. But I dig it.
Dave,
I dig it. The money says go over here. You see what Boacek did, right? Boacek beat up Ishmael Davis real quick, secured himself the winner of hopefully that fight because he deserves a rematch with Virgil Ortiz. No,
absolutely.
he did. That was his title they was fighting for. Now
Yeah.
Virgil is over here with an interim belt, offering fights to
put the
everybody.
card back on,
Fights
Reggie.
to Boots.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to keep X on a little bit on this fight card. X, an interesting fight.
Yep.
We got the PBC
Yep.
guy Carlos Adames versus Hamza, a rising 160-pound star against a PBC shelf can. David, this for you. Take it away.
Oh damn,
Say
man.
that again.
That's
I'm
how
sorry,
you
guys. I
gonna
was
put
getting
me
a
on
call.
for, bro? That's the fight.
He got
That's how
we
you
got
gonna
we
give
got the
me?
PBC. We got PBC shelf. Carlos Adames against Hamza Shiraz.
Yeah, man. I
Carlos
don't know,
Adames might
dude.
get washed up, bro.
Word. He's an inconsistent dude, man. And Shiraz is coming up, looking pretty good, but he's kind of untested himself. But that's a tall dude, man, for that weight class. I don't know. I'm looking at Shiraz just because Adames to me can be inconsistent sometimes. He doesn't give up the performances, man. But I just can't believe
Yo, shut it off. Shut it off.
Yeah, of all the fights you want to pull, boy, you want to pull that one on me.
I keep
So
hearing the
for
pum.
the card. One thing about Riyadh season has shown us that he is making the most equal 50-50 fights as possible. Reg, can I get the card one more time? When we look at this card for February 22nd, I just gave you $50. You're in the MGM. What's the fight that you're picking as the upset of the night? Because we're getting an upset that night. You just gotta
Shit.
pick the right one. And don't be surprised if you get more than one. Because like I said, Riyadh season has shown us that you're always getting an upset. Who's the upset? If you had to pick, I just gave you, like I just said, I just gave you $50. You're in the MGM. Where are you going with the $50?
Yo, I got two ways I'm leaning, man. Y'all want the big one?
Talk to me.
Big one? Floyd Schofield, Shakur
I
Stevenson.
knew you were gonna do this. He's a scumbag. Don't do that.
That's the fight of the night. That's the
That's
fight
the
of the
fight
night.
of the night. You think so?
I think it's gonna be better. It's gonna be better than people think. I hope.
I'm a Shakur guy. People X
No.
calls me Shakur's pom holder, and I'm gonna take that to the grave. Right?
Oh, he's at the
I can't. Yo,
you're the
Shakur,
you're the manager of the fan club, bro. You know.
Shakur, you my man, 100 grand. I love you like cook food. Everybody know that. But I can't defend you after this fight, bro. Hand surgery now. The hand excuses is out the window. I want to see you fight.
Okay.
I'm not saying you got to take unnecessary punishment, but that shit of having throwing 38 punches in a round, unacceptable. Unacceptable as a champion in the lightweight division, and now you're gonna have this young, hungry lion fighting. I'm not mad at this fight because if you're mad at Shakur Stevenson fighting Schofield, it's like Tank fighting Frank Martin. It's just really what it is. A guy that's too green. Because even Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Schofield's promoter, saying he didn't want that fight for him. He's still too young.
Yo,
He's
Chris,
still
you know
too
what's the
young.
difference though? You know what's the difference?
Talk to
There's a
me.
difference on that, bro. Tank chose Frank Martin, right? Shakur didn't choose Schofield. Schofield called him out. That was after Cepeda got taken out by a supposed injury, right? He got injured. I'm throwing air quotes up.
He got
He was
bronchitis
injured.
too, right?
he wasn't injured, man. And I
Word.
feel like Shakur took the fight financially because he was paid
Yeah,
more due to the due to the fact that he was promised the payda and then he didn't get him. So I think it was more
exactly.
of a financial gain for Shakur Stevenson. And like
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you gotta feed your family. So I don't
exactly.
blame him for taking the money. Is it a dangerous fight for him though?
I think so.
Yes, it is.
It's
Yes, it is.
almost a
So it,
lose-lose. It's a lose-lose almost.
so we're saying we're live on record boxing with Chris X Four Corners Fight Night X Professor X. You're telling me right now that he presents a big challenge. I don't think so. I think it's too early. I think he can make it ugly due to the Shakur style with Shakur backing up and not wanting to engage. That can make it look ugly, but I don't believe he has anything to the table that really worries me. I really don't.
I'm not picking Schofield to win at all, but I'm picking Schofield to bring the pain. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
I'm picking him to make this shit a fight, and we gonna see where Shakur's heart is, or we're gonna see him just pick this kid apart and bust his ass and send him packing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I told you, you're not ready, little ninja. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But that's the only two things I see in this fight. Either the dog is Shakur, and we could finally, you know what I'm saying, put it to rest. He about that. He'll shake if he got to shake, or he's just gonna show us some master skills, but with the punch. You know what I'm saying? Like picking him apart, just picking him apart. Boom, boom,
Let's
boom. Whether it's a 12-round decision and you don't like it, that he didn't drop him, that he didn't do this, fuck all that. Show me that you are levels above this kid. You feel me? And show it to me in masterclass performance.
I X, you just gave me $50. I'm in the MGM and I'm putting the $50 on Madrimov to school Virgil Ortiz.
Ooh.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
going out on another limb, Reg. I'm picking Israel Madrimov, a boxing lesson over flat-footed cement feet
that's
Virgil
tough.
Ortiz.
That's
Yo,
tough.
stop with the slander, bro.
I'm
That's tough.
sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
tough.
I love Virgil Ortiz. I do feel like he beat Bohachuk even in the rounds he got knocked down and he came back to arguably make it a 9-9 round. But the skill of Madrimov, that herky jerky, setting the pace, fighting a guy that's already flat-footed. Now you got to try to find a guy's timing, a guy that's more experienced, a former champion. We seen at the box. The only reason he had success with Bohachuk because he stood in front of him. Madramov's not gonna stand in front of him.
True.
But then again, Chris, I've seen Madrimov 3 times now, right? And Madrimov is gonna fight the fight that you're giving him. If you
Okay.
want to bang, Madrimov is gonna bang.
Yeah,
If
because
you
he
want to box, then
So
he's
you
gonna
telling me
box.
So you telling me that Madrimov gets fooled into a firefight? Because it's not like Bohachuk is gonna go in there fighting. He's gonna
Uh,
go. I mean, he's gonna box.
Vir-
He's gonna go in there
Virgil is a
rugged.
fighter, bro.
Yeah, he's
Virgil
gonna
is a
go in there
fighter.
rugged, vicious body attack. He's also trained by Robert Garcia.
he's gonna mix it
So
up. Don't forget,
I believe
Madrimov's trained
Virgil,
by Joe
Joe
Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah,
hey
that's
man,
the Southern Cal shit.
I'm taking Madrimov by Professor Schoolage. That's the new term of boxing school. I'm
Damn.
taking him by Schoolage unless he gets robbed. I think Madrimov coming off the Terrence Crawford fight in a fight where some people feel like it was a draw. I think that other than the power, I don't really believe Virgil has anything that now he hasn't seen before. So I'm putting my money on Madrimov. Money line. I might even pick up unanimous decision. Don't be surprised if your boy hits the canvas too.
Yeah, I
Don't be
mean,
surprised.
we saw that Virgil is not that superhuman Virgil we've seen
At
at
147.
147. But
Yes.
then again, you know, again, who were you really fighting at 147, right? And Mean Machine hurt Virgil in their fight when at 147 when he fought Mean Machine. We know Mean Machine could punch. He dropped Crawford. You know what I'm
He
saying?
hurt Bud too. Yeah,
He
hurt
hurt
Bud
Bud.
too.
You feel me? Like, and Virgil in that fight with Boachuk, I felt like when Virgil was boxing, that's what he needed to do. He didn't
Yeah.
need to keep engaging. Like, okay, you're gonna have to pick your spots when you do bang, but you didn't have to make it that type of fight the whole night. I think his boxing would have won him the fight a lot easier. But he's a fucking fighter. Once he gets hit, you know what I'm saying?
He wants it back.
And he wants it back. And if you did, and if you know, you don't fighters be like, nah, you ain't do nothing. That means you hurt him. That means you stung him for real. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted it back. But I think
thank you for saying that.
Nah,
yeah,
I guess.
Madrimov is gonna fight Virgil's fight. I honestly feel that Madrimov fights. Whatever you give him, he's gonna give it back to you. So if it's gonna be a mano shakedown, it's gonna be Virgil's fight.
Breaking news on my phone. I just got a text. Hopefully between the next week or so, we're getting David Benavidez on the show. Just his PR team just reached out to me. We're gonna
That's
get
the
El
fuck I'm talking about.
Bandera Roja on the
Boxing
show.
with Chris, baby.
You know, bringing you the best guests. We're gonna start bringing the public up here too. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But to my sparring partners, my debate partners, Fight Night X from that Four Corners Boxing, David PYP Boxing representing Houston, Dallas, and that Brooklyn area. I appreciate you guys for joining me today. Happy holidays to you and the family. You know, we're gonna be back again to talk that boxing again, and we're gonna sign out. I appreciate you guys for joining. I appreciate your time. Make sure you keep liking and subscribing. Subscribe to Four Corners Boxing. Subscribe to PYP. Shout out to Reg behind the camera. He makes the miracles happen. I appreciate you guys once again.
Thank you.
And we going to do a live show where we all get together. We going to cook up some shit. I do want to payday.
Hey,
but we
I
going
don't think you're going to get it on that Virgil bet, bro.
Hey, I got to get back.
Nah, he's gonna fuck it up on a parlay. That's what you're gonna do.
We gonna see. We gonna see, man. If in any card you got a chance of an upset, it's that Riyadh season card.
For sure.
So I'm putting my money on some of that. Not every underdog is winning in this. Somebody gonna lose.
Yo, put the money on Carlos Adames beating Shiraz. I got Shiraz. I think Shiraz might beat him, but
the other one I was thinking about was the Caballel and Zilazong.
Oh, Caballel's gonna cook.
Yo, you know we've been saying his name wrong. Is Zhilei Zhang?
Yeah, Zong. It's Zong.
Like I was speaking to Asian guy at my job, and I was like, "Yo, Zhang is a monster." He looked at me. He told me it's Zhilei Zhang. I was like, "What?"
Zhilei.
I was like, "It's Zhilei Zhang." I said, "Okay, my bad, Yao Ming." I don't know. He took it personally.
Yao Ming.
Is crazy.
I don't know, but yo, that's all I got, man. I appreciate you guys for joining. Everybody that came in the building, you like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, thank you to the co-host for making it happen. We'll catch you again to talk some boxing again. We'll definitely have more guests on. So hit. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Happy holidays, fellas.
We'll
Peace and blessings.
Peace out, guys. Peace out, guys.
All right. So, guys, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.